Those doesn't count. The most expensive habit in a Black woman career is not undercharging. It's not imposter syndrome, and it's not the fear of failure. It's something that most women don't actually even have a name for, which is why it stays expensive, because it's running in the background and you can't face something that you can't name. I'm Sandra Kemayou, and I've coached over 750 Black women that were transitioning out of corporate America in the past 7 years. I have trained over 2,500 employees face-to-face, and I've sat with thousands of women that were quietly thinking about walking away from the 9 to 5. Every time it's a different woman, but same story, same shape. And so I built a framework to name it. I call it hiding in plain sight. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to give you 3 things. Number 1, the 3 faces that this habit wears, and I'm pretty sure that you recognize at least one of them as yours. 2, 3 diagnostic questions to help you know for a fact whether you're doing it or not. And number 3, the one move, not 10, the one move that you can make this week to start standing in your own power. And fair warning, once you see this, you cannot unsee it. You're gonna start noticing it tomorrow morning and the day after. And then you have to decide what to do about it. So let's begin. So when people hear about hiding in plain sight for the first time, they think that's wrong. It can't be me, because hiding means quiet, it means shy, it means withdrawn. But that's not what hiding in plain sight really is. The Black women that are hiding in plain sight are usually some of the most visible women you will see. They seem to be everywhere. They are the top of their game in their organization. They're leading things at their church, in their family. They look like leaders. They show up, they produce, they deliver. They are the women that everyone relies on. They're not invisible. The problem is they are unfindable, and there's a difference. Let's talk about the difference, because until you understand the difference, I can't teach you the framework. Visible means people see you and they know you're in the room. Can I see you? Yep, you're visible. I can see you. You're in the room. That's being visible. Findable means people can actually name accurately what you do and what you bring to the table. They can recognize the gift inside of you and then know when to tap you in. Most professional Black women are visible, but they are almost impossible to find. So if I ask the leadership team, what does she actually do? I'll get crickets. Oh, that's a good question. We'll get back to you on that. And that's a problem. There lies the whole problem. So hiding in plain sight shows up in 3 primary patterns. Most women have 2 out of the 3. Some women have all 3. My overachievers, right, have all 3. And I want you to find yourself in what I'm about to describe. Phase 1 or pattern 1 is the helper. This woman is positioned behind everybody's success. She's the helper. She runs the schedule. She edits the deck. She's the strategist behind everything. She's the brain. So she introduces the speaker. She mentors the people behind her. She handles the room. She's essential. She's also invisible inside her contribution. Her name appears nowhere. I'm going to say that again. Her name appears nowhere. That matters. The cost to help her face is that she'll be the last person to get promoted. I'm reminded when I started my career and I learned this lesson, I was in charge of the training department. And one day I got sick, so I couldn't make it to work. And when I said I was in charge of the training department, I was creating curriculum, I was training, I was assisting the lead trainer, I was running the department. One day I got sick and I couldn't make it to work, and I called my supervisor. And I told her I can't make it. And she said, who's going to make the coffee? Not what we're going to do. We have a training. Who is going to make the coffee? She thought all I did was make the coffee. I ran the department. I was visible, but not in the way that mattered. The second phase here is the reliable one. Being the reliable one. Let me know if you can see yourself here. This is a woman who never misses, never complains. I think of it like being the couch, being the furniture in the house, right? Furniture is solid, reliable. You buy it once, you don't have to think about it unless something is broken. Nobody thinks about the couch. Nobody says, oh boy, I had a dream about my couch yesterday. Oh boy, I really wonder how my couch is doing. No, the couch is reliable. If it's missing, then yes, there's a problem. But as long as it's there and it's stable and it's steady, nobody's worried about it. Nobody even notices it again. People just sit on it. When was the last time you just sit? You sit on the couch. See, being reliable is a beautiful thing, but it's also a trap for so many Black women because reliability got weaponized somewhere in our history. We've been taught, be reliable so you don't get fired. I can't even begin to tell you stories of nurses and women in corporate America, especially women from the diaspora, that are terrified to take the time off they've earned because they are the reliable one. And so somewhere along the line, you've been convinced that your only way for you to be secure is to be reliable, make no noise, ask for nothing, and just put your head. Produces invisibility at scale. You become invisible. The reliable one, unfortunately, tends to end her career having been depended by everyone and remembered by very few, and her income and revenue not matching the level of contribution she's making for the company or the corporations. Phase 3 is the almost. Almost doesn't count. This one is the most spiritually disguised phase of hiding in plain sight. The almost stage is a woman who is forever preparing. She's getting ready to do something. She's getting ready to get that promotion. She's getting ready to start that business. She's just getting ready. She wants one more certification, one more degree, one more time. Let me get ready, Lord, because I'm not ready yet. Let me prepare myself because I don't feel like I'm enough and I can do this thing. I need more. Because the almost looks responsible. It can even look like faith. I'm waiting on the Lord. I'm waiting for confirmation. But the almost is really unbelief with a costume, because if you are almost launching, almost asking for the promotion, you never really have to walk in faith. And you never really have to see what happened on the other side of your fear. The cost of almost is really sad, if that you would die with so much potential inside of you, almost making it, almost being extraordinary, almost launching your own channel, almost launching your own business, almost creating impact, but never quite making it. So let's talk about why Black women specifically. And I want to be clear that everybody does it, and not just women, and women from Asian women. All women can find ways to hide and not stand in their own power. However, as a Black woman who has extensively worked with Black women, I can tell you that there are layers in our history that make hiding feel safer than it should. We are taught that visibility is actually dangerous, that being too much, too loud, too strong is a liability. And in many ways, it can be in certain environment for a Black woman. So we develop this posture where we are always self-editing in real time, walking into rooms and looking at how people look at us and thinking through, am I too loud? Let me shrink here. Let me not say that. Let me not look this way. Let me not sound this way. So we learn to take up just enough space to be valuable and not enough space to look like we're a threat. We learn to be excellent without being seen, and we learn it early. So hiding in plain sight becomes this natural development of that posture. The same posture that kept our grandmothers alive in the 60s is what's keeping us under-monetized in 2026. And let's be frank, what our mothers needed was protection. And what we need to do is walk in dominion and authority. But let's talk about the actual cost of all of this. Because Sandra, what's wrong? Why can't I just do what I've been doing? What's wrong with hiding? That's what I asked my mentor on that fateful day when I figured out that I had been hiding. I was like, what's wrong with that? Well, let me tell you what's wrong with that. Let's run some numbers. When I coach a woman out of hiding, the financial impact alone, we're not talking about the other things, the financial impact alone is anywhere from $40,000 to $100,000 within the first 12 months. And that's not a fluke. That is the math of being found by yourself and being able to witness yourself and being able to stand in your own power and your own truth. When a woman goes from hiding to visibility, 3 things happen. 1, she can charge what she's worth because the market can now finally see what she's been doing in hiding for years. 2, the right people start finding her because her energy is magnetic. And you know that girl. You know the girl that walks into the room and you can feel her energy, her confidence, that she knows who she is. She doesn't have to boast. She just knows. And that is magnetic. And 3, the work itself shifts because a woman that has been hiding has been performing at 30% of her full capacity. And that's not because she didn't want to do more. Is that hiding requires energy management. It is exhausting. So the cost of hiding is not just emotional. It's not just spiritual, because you're going to be asked, what did you do with your gifts? So it's not just that, but it's also financial. So how do you know if you're doing it? Sandra, how do I know that I'm hiding? Am I hiding? First question, if I remove you, get you out of the room from your current job, current group chat, your family members, would they be able to tell me exactly what you do? Or would they only be able to describe what they need from you? Number 2, when was the last time you got credit for a win? You, not your team, you got credit for a win that was clearly yours. Number 3, what's the version of yourself that you've almost been ready to share with the world but haven't yet? Is that version watching this video right now, or is she still hiding? So if you say, Sandra, you know, I'm all 3, I'm 2 of these, I'm 1, caught, I've been hiding in plain sight, great, welcome. I'm gonna give you one move that you can do this week that's going to be a game changer for you. Name what you do in one sentence that begins with I am, not I help. No. The sentence begins with I am. Most Black women describe what they do or who they are with who they help. I help my team with that. I help my family with this. I help. I want to know, who are you? I help, and let me give you an example. So you could say, I help women navigate their career choices. That's one way of saying it. Or you could say, I am a career strategist who specializes in helping women navigate their career. There's a difference. It's the same work, it's a different posture, it's different money. I'll say this to you, for a long time, I said, I'm a business coach. I'm a business coach. And I realized that even within the I am statement, there was more there. I'm no longer a business coach. I am a woman who is on a mission to help every single woman anywhere in the world who is hiding in plain sight. I'm on a mission to help them realize they're hiding in plain sight, figure out how to stop hiding in plain sight so they can stand in their power. That's my mission. That's what I'm out here doing every single day of my life. Now, the question is, what is your I am statement? Something that you will stand by, something that you'll be proud of, something that you feel like, listen, I could do this every single day. It is a thread that puts every single idea, thoughts, job, and things I've gone through, it brings it all together. What is your I am statement? So if this video names something you've been carrying for years, but just didn't have the language for it, this video is the first move, the full framework. What hiding in plain sight actually looks like in your career, in your business, in your life, is in my book, The Business of You, Hiding in Plain Sight. We'll put the link below in the description. And if you want to actually do the unhiding work with me personally, we'll put the link for you to apply to book a call with me. And also, if you've watched this and you've decided, I'm going to hide, it's cool over here, I don't know what y'all talking about, I'm cool, I'm hidden, I'm chill, I don't got to worry, that's also a decision, and that's okay. Stand on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a comment below on which face of these 3 that we talked about actually is you. Are you the helper? Are you reliable? Are you almost? Or maybe a combination of all 3 or all 2. Naming it is your first move of getting out of it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.